Hi! It's time for another Layniefingers tutorial, Acrylic Rainbow. A couple of years ago, I posted this nail, and I got a lot of requests for a tutorial. Unfortunately, I couldn't capture the technique in photos and text because blog plus camera equals fail. Thankfully, today I can share how I did this, and it is so much easier than it looks. To create this look, you'll need paints that dry more slowly than nail polishes. I use Liquitex acrylic paints, but you can use whatever acrylics you have on hand. You'll need a bright yellow, a magenta, and a cyan blue. These are called primary colors, like your printer uses. Once you blend these on the nail, you'll get the secondary colors of orange, green, and purple. I also like to add a true red to give my rainbow a bit more pop, but it really isn't all that necessary. The supplies you'll need for this look are your 3 or 4 acrylic paints, base coat, a white nail polish, a fairly thin brush, some water, and a top coat. The brush I'll be using today is a part of a nail art set that came from bornpretty.com. It's okay, it does the job, and you can see my 4 paints here on my palette. I start very simply with a wet brush, and I pick up a bit of the red, and I brush it onto the nail at an angle. It's pretty simple, really. And I'm just trying to get a fairly solid coat so that it looks good, but you can always go back over this if you need to. Then, after I've cleaned my brush off in my clean water, I'm going to get some of the magenta paint. And once again, I'm going to load up my brush, and then I'm just going to start brushing it back and forth in front of the red. But then, once I can overlap them, they sort of blend to create a pinky red color. And you can add more red if you lose it. I mean, this is fairly simple. It's pick up some paint, brush it on, mix it up, and add some more. Again, rinse your brush between colors or you'll get muddy, icky colors. I picked up yellow and laid it next to my magenta. And as you can see, I'm getting a beautiful orange. Pick up a little more yellow, put it next to the orange, and you've got a pretty nice gradient happening here. It's full of brush strokes, and it's kind of, it's kind of a loose, brushy style. So, once I'm happy with the yellow, I'm going to clean my brush off again and start adding the blue. And again, if you'll notice, I'm adding a pretty good bit of yellow, because once I add the blue, a lot of that's going to turn green. So I want to make sure I have a pure yellow in there. So, clean the brush, pick up some blue, lay it in right next to the yellow, and then start to blend. And look, it's green! It's like magic! Do you remember those Ziploc bags that used to say, yellow and blue make green? Well, they really do. Who knew? So, again, blend till you're happy, rinse your brush, add a bit more. You know, if your green is too harsh, mix some more yellow into it. If your line's too harsh, brush back over it back and forth, and it smooths out pretty nicely. This is sort of easy once you get the hang of it. Now, clean that brush again, pick up a bit more blue, and lay in my blue at the bottom. And sometimes you'll find that if you mix red and blue, you get kind of an ugly purple. But I find that cyan and magenta make an absolutely phenomenal purple, which of course my camera can't pick up because cameras are poo-poo heads. Sorry. But at the end, I'm going to pick up a bit more magenta and brush onto the blue, and that's where the amazing purple would be if you could see it. Close your eyes and squint. Think hard. It's beautiful purple, I promise. And if you'll notice, in that very brief amount of time, I've got a gorgeous gradient here, and you can too. For the questions, yes, you can do this on natural nails, you can do this on false nails, you can do it on toenails, you can do it on pencils if you want. Put it on whatever you want. Once it's dry, put your top coat over, and you end up with something like this. Now, how cool is that? And how easy is that? If you've enjoyed these Layniefingers tips and tricks, why not check out some of my other videos? And please hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.